Hey guys, we are going to run through a lovely, relaxing post-workout cool down and stretch. So this is a great thing to do after one of your workouts, but you can also do it at any time. If you just need a few minutes to kind of chill out and wind down, I highly recommend doing this and just focusing on your breathing and letting those muscles stretch out. So we're going to run through this little stretch and cool down here. I want you to start with a deep breath in. We're going to reach down, inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Do it again. Go low, inhale up. And exhale down. As you inhale, belly's gonna get nice and big. Let it go. And then exhale. Good. And then we're gonna bring those feet out just a little bit wider. Let's do one more breath. So we'll do that inhale. And then as we exhale, we're gonna keep a fairly flat back and hinge forward. This is a swan dive. So we're here, and then we just come down and we hold, okay? Now you'll notice I'm able to touch the floor. If you're not, a few options: bend your knees, or if you feel more comfortable, bring those elbows into your hands and really relax the head here. And you can rock a little bit. You'll feel this stretch through the backs of your thighs, through your hamstrings, maybe even through the calves if they're quite tight. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hands and put them on the floor, but if you've got your hands here, you can kind of put your hand just above your knee to push off. But we're gonna walk over this way, rotate your body. So we're now facing this wall. We're just gonna lower that back knee a little bit here. So you're feeling that stretch through the hip flexor here. So right now I have my right leg back. I'm gonna take my right arm up. My left arm is over here, and I'm gonna rotate my shoulders. I'm looking over that left side, reaching towards my right toe. So you're turning, I guess technically it's toward the back leg here, or away from it. Pick whichever way you want to look at it, right? Okay, good. Now we're going to spiral down. So this right hand is going to come down to the ground, just like this, and then I'm going to turn and rotate my body. Now, if that is a really big stretch for you today and it's a little bit bigger, watch for a modification. So rather than hand to the ground, just put your forearm here, turn, rotate up. You may even want to keep the hand on the hip. Good. Okay, so we're slowly going to drag that back foot in. Shift the weight now into that front heel. So the toe is going to come up. Hips are going to press back. Again, just a bit more of a hamstring stretch. So now feeling the back of the thigh here. Core is still tight. You just want to be careful that you're not rounding your back on this one. I think a lot of times we tend to like hunch here, still maintaining good posture. Okay, lower that toe, come up to standing. This leg right here. So this would be your right leg. We're going to grab the shoelace to the palm. I've got a wall next to me, which is lovely if I need it for balance. If you don't, by all means, try to maybe practice your balance here. So we're just looking for a quadricep stretch. Excellent. Okay, so slowly lower that down. We're going to take those feet again out nice and wide. And if you remember, we're just going to pivot. Now we're facing this way. We're going to run through that whole sequence again. So we're lowering that back knee. In this case, if you're mirroring me, you're going to be on that left side. Okay, so from here, left arm is going to come up. Right arm's back here. We're turning to reach that left toe, but we're reaching over the right shoulder. And just taking a few breaths here. If you're able to sink lower, great. If you need to come up out of that just a little bit, that's okay too. Right? It's just whatever. It's a stretch, right? It doesn't need to hurt. Good. All right, now we're going to take this front hand, we're going to spiral it down to the floor, and we're going to turn and open up your chest like so. Now, modification yet again. I will show you. Hand or forearm can come here. Turn and open the chest. Either that arm comes up, hand can go on the hip. Honestly, there's 1,000 different variations on this. It's a bit of a yoga, a pull from yoga. And so the lovely thing about yoga is it's just like you choose your own adventure, right? Okay, we're slowly going to push off that front leg, drag that back foot in, front toe is going to come up. And then again, hips are just going to press back, going until you feel that stretch through the back of that thigh now. So now we're stretching out the right hamstring. Just fun little fact, when I'm teaching you, I always do the opposite. So for me, when I call it left leg, it's right leg for me. And this is, gosh, I've been practicing this for years and it still sometimes gets me. So you know, if we got a little off, just be patient. Okay, slowly set that leg down. And now we're gonna stretch out the quadricep here. So pulling the shoelace towards your palm, all right? Standing tall. Think of pulling that heel up towards your bum. If you need the wall and it's nearby, absolutely grab it. But maybe grab it, I think about spreading out your toes on that right leg, really rooting like tree roots down into the ground. Beautiful. Okay. Nice, and just relax there. And then we're gonna do a couple of stretches for the upper body that while we're standing as well. So I'm gonna have you take one hand on the wall. So hopefully you can see this. So this is my right hand, so it's gonna be your left, I guess, if you're mirroring me. I'm gonna bring it on the door like this. So I'm starting here, I'm facing the wall. Push that palm into the door, turn, okay? And just going until you feel that stretch. These are your pectoral muscles or your chest muscles, which, gosh, if you're a mom, especially if you're a mom of young kids and you're carrying or you're nursing, these muscles are can be so tight and overworked. And so you might notice there's a big tight muscle there. Okay, good, and relax there. If you're someone who, if you're at a desk a lot or you drive a lot and we're really hunched, or like you're addicted to your phone, like sometimes all of us are, we'll do the other side. Those muscles can get really quite tight, and they need a lot of stretching and just opening up here. Good. Okay, so just opening until you feel that stretch through, sort of like it's an underarm area stretch here. All right, good. We're just gonna go through shoulders and triceps. We're gonna bring this arm across your chest and just grabbing below my elbow. So you're either gonna grab here or above. We're gonna try not to jam right on the joint. No need to put any extra strain on those joints if they don't need it. And trust me, they don't. Okay, taking a few breaths, and we're just sort of pulling that arm across. Again, it shouldn't hurt. We're just looking to feel a stretch through the deltoids, which is just the fancy way of saying your shoulder muscle. And then we'll switch. So arm comes across, grabbing below or above that elbow. Notice if a lot of times our reaction is to go here. Notice if you're doing that. Okay, bring those ears down. Amazing. All right, good. Now we're gonna bring one arm up and just bend it back like you're patting you're patting yourself on the back, essentially. We're gonna put a little bit of pressure just below that elbow. It depends, some people prefer to hold it here. I just like to kind of go here, pull that arm back, and I'm literally just going until I feel that stretch here through the back of my upper arm. Taking a few breaths. So this is gonna be the last stretch that we do here today, you guys. If you feel like you need longer, by all means, feel free to add on. I'd highly recommend, adding in some yoga to your routine if you're really looking at increasing your flexibility. If you're doing a routine like this, switch sides here. If you're doing a routine like this at the end of the workout, what this is going to do is just kind of chill you out a little bit and bring your flexibility back to sort of where you started. If we're looking at increasing flexibility, we want to add this kind of stuff in a little more frequently, or even a yoga practice as well. Okay, and we're just going to release that arm here. I feel like we should end with one more, maybe two. Let's do 2 more good breaths here. 2 more good breaths. Remember from the beginning, we are going to inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale here. Do one more time, you guys. Inhale up. And exhale down. Give yourselves a huge round of applause, you guys. Boom, boom, boom. I'm proud of you. Way to go. Thanks so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your day.